Hi everyone, and welcome to another week of St Mary's London Youth Online. And this week you are stuck with me. It's me and the fly that is buzzing around my kitchen and driving me nuts. So if you hear buzzing, if it lands on me at any point, apologies, I haven't managed to catch it. Today I want to talk to us about rest. I am declaring August the month of rest. As you'll know, right now I'm actually on holiday. This was recorded in advance. And I hope you guys are able to get some space and time to kind of switch off and do things that you love over the next month. I've been thinking about rest a lot, and just thinking about the rhythms of kind of work and activity and rest throughout the Bible. Right in the beginning we have the creation story where God creates over 6 days and on the seventh day he rests. I had a good friend Ed speak a couple of years ago and he talked about this, but he also made the point that before God started creating, he would have created out of a place of rest. Before creation, it was just God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Trinity in relationship, chilling out together. So this idea of not only off the back of a mad year for you guys, it's been a crazy summer term and spring term. You've had to adapt to a lot of change, education not in the way that you may choose to do it, and not being able to see your friends, and all the other stuff that we have been contending with. It's been wild, so you absolutely deserve and need this rest off the back of all that's gone on. But also I'd suggest to you that you need to really make the most of this rest before you head into the next term and the next academic year. In Exodus 31, God tells Moses to command the people to keep the Sabbath. The Sabbath, the day set apart where they weren't allowed to work. They reckon the Hebrew word Sabbath comes from the verb sabat, which means to stop, to cease, or to keep. The people were supposed to work and then prepare everything in advance so that on that day of the week they could set it aside to do nothing but rest and be with God. Jesus himself often withdrew to quiet places to be by himself with God. And if Jesus needed to do it, then we certainly do. And Jesus has a number of encounters with Pharisees where they challenge him about the Sabbath laws and maybe not adhering to them in the way that they think they should be. And Jesus makes it clear that the Sabbath is a gift from God to us. It is a gift to us. So think about how you rest. What do you like to do to relax and rest? Number one up there has got to be sleep. Sleep is one of the greatest gifts and I don't get enough of it. Other things we like to do, I like to watch Netflix. My husband likes to play FIFA on the Xbox. Things that help our brains to dial down, to watch art and entertainment. I've recently watched Hamilton on Disney Plus and I'm now obsessed with it. I love and get a real kick out of seeing amazing pieces of creativity and art. Do you like to eat delicious, tasty food? In Jewish culture, the Sabbath is also observed by having a big family meal together where they enjoy really delicious and rich food. Do you like to take walks in the park? Do you like to be in wide open spaces amongst creation? We have spent a lot of time cooped up in the city in the last few months. Do you love to play sport? Do you like that cathartic release that you get for it? Or do you like to create yourself? Do you play an instrument? Do you sing? Do you draw? What is it that you love to do that just kind of settles your soul almost, that brings you to life? All these things are great ways to relax and to rest. But I think real rest involves something more. In the same way that joy isn't just the absence of sadness and sorrow, it is something more than that. I think rest is more than just relaxation or turning our brains off. The Sabbath is a gift to enjoy that God has given us, because real rest is found in relationship with God. In Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, Jesus himself says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." What is a yoke? Well, a yoke is something that would have been crafted by a carpenter out of wood. Jesus was a carpenter. And it went over the necks of two animals, like oxen, for example. And they would go over their necks together in order to pull a burden or to pull something behind them. They would share the load, the burden together. And so what Jesus is saying here is he's inviting us to share our burdens with him, to share the things on our heart or on our minds, and that he is saying, I will carry the load for you. My yoke is easy. So when we walk together in this, you'll feel lightness, and I will take that stuff from you. Enjoy the freedom and the free time that summer brings. Do those things. Be intentional about carving out time to do the stuff that you love, the stuff that really does help you to reset and relax. But also, why don't you be intentional about carving out rest when you spend time with God? Rest for our souls. You know, I think of Sebastian talking about Psalm 23 of the week, where it talks about he restores my soul. You might want to start then by bringing to God anything over the last 4 months that comes to mind. Don't have to go digging for stuff, but is there stuff that comes to mind that may be disappointments or losses or frustrations, whatever it might be, that you feel like you're carrying around? Are you stressed or are you worried at the moment? For me, when I'm stressed, I have like tension in my stomach. It feels like a weight that's pulling me down. Or for others, it's like their head won't stop spinning. They just keep thinking, and they can't sit still. So check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Are there any kind of signals that say to you, yeah, I'm struggling to rest right now. I'm struggling to relax. And then why might that be? And bring those things to Jesus. Be courageous. Be honest. And as Jesus promised us, he will carry those loads for us. He will take them from us and give us freedom and lightness. I'm going to leave you with the Message translation of this verse. I love the Message in general, but I think this particular translation on this verse is brilliant. I think it describes the Christian life fantastically. It says, are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. Walk with me. Keep company with me. This is the life of a disciple of Jesus. This is what the Christian life should look like. Keeping company with Jesus. Walking with him. So I'll leave you with that. But before I go, I just want to let you know a couple of things that are coming up in the next week or so. So next week is actually going to be a screen-free Sunday. So we won't have a YouTube video and there will be no Zoom meeting. Instead, I'm going to send you something over email on Friday, which you can print off if you have a printer, or you can maybe take a couple of notes from. It's based on what we did a few weeks back in Zoom. It's called Lectio Divina, or a version of Lectio Divina, which is a way of reading the Bible to help us to hear from God. And then you might also want to take the opportunity to check out some other content by other people. And I can recommend checking out LUMINOSITY, which is New Wine's youth ministry. It actually launched this weekend, and you can check out their website and their brilliant talks, and they'll be happening over the next couple of days in the link in the description below. I'm also posting below the link to Limitless's website. Limitless is the festival we were all going to go to this summer, and that was supposed to happen next weekend. And so check that out too to find out what's going on there, and check out the brilliant speakers that they have lined up. Think about what you want to do with your August. Make the most of it, guys. I will be back, not next week, but the week after, so enjoy your time off. I will see you then. Goodbye.